Good morning, Taste Buds. Happy 4th of July's Eve. I'm Chef Michelle Bernstein, and today I'm looking back at some of my best recipes for Independence Day. But this retrospective is all about the 4th of July desserts today on SoFlo Taste.
This is South Florida. It's where I live and work. I'm Chef Michelle Bernstein. South Florida is more than sun, sand, and sea. It's a lifestyle of fashion, sound, culture, and of course, food. Food with taste from all over the world. Join me as we celebrate the food of South Florida
And the people who love it.
Join me as we experience SoFlo Taste.
Good morning, Taste Buds, and welcome to SoFlo Taste here in the GOYA kitchen. Usually, I'm standing back there in the GOYA kitchen here at JA World in Coconut Creek. But not this week, nope. I'm out here to share some of my best 4th of July recipes I've made for you, celebrating America's birthday. But the twist, and you know how I love twists, the twist is they're all desserts. And you know how I also love desserts. So let's get cooking and looking back. So let's start with a recipe I made for you in 2015, never once thinking about a pandemic. The recipe is for my Baked Alaska, a great 4th of July classic. Enjoy. This is going to be a Baked Alaska. Not the easiest thing in the world usually, but I've cut corners to make a delicious Baked Alaska. It's pretty foolproof. I've been making this type of a meringue for about 10 years now, and it works every time. It's an Italian style of meringue, and it's really delicious. So what I already have in the freezer is my favorite recipe for pound cake, cut nice and small to fit a perfect ball of salted caramel ice cream sitting right on top of it. Of course, it's Baked Alaska. You can go strawberry, vanilla, Neapolitan, chocolate, really up to you. Because I'm using salty caramel and meringue are both rather sweet, I'm using this sauce today that is a combination of mango puree, passion fruit puree, and whatever fruit you find. This one has bananas and pineapples and blueberries and strawberries and mangoes in it. So just for fun and a little added color, but of course you can just go with straight Baked Alaska. The most important part for me of the Baked Alaska is of course the soft meringue. So what I have here is simple syrup or water and sugar, equal parts, and I'm looking for the soft ball stage. And here I have a candy thermometer. Mickey, I don't know how close you can get in there, but on the candy thermometer, here it says softball, which is 238 degrees, and that's what I'm looking for. We are now at 220, so we're almost there. So as that keeps cooking, I'm going to start with my egg whites. It's always best to use room temperature egg whites. These are a little on the cold side, but I'm going to show you a little trick to warm them up. If you go camping a lot, which I do not, but I would love to, I would like to live vicariously through you, but if not, you might have a torch. I'm going to use the torch for the last part of the Baked Alaska, but it also helps to cheat the egg whites to warm them up a little bit so that they froth a little bit quicker. So I'm going to get these going just to get them frothy. I'm just warming up the bowl a little bit so that they get frothy quicker. You don't have to do this. I just thought I would look cool doing it. Once these start getting frothy, as they're just about to, I have cream of tartar, which you can find at any supermarket, and a little bit of kosher salt that's going to go in. That just really holds the meringue together better. Now what we're doing is waiting for this to come together so that it has nice peaks, soft peaks, and then we're going to add our warm simple syrup that again is at 238 degrees into the meringue. I'm going to push this towards you, Mickey, so you can take a look at how it's looking. Now take a look. You see how it's just getting nice soft peaks to it? You want to take a look at this, the way this is bubbling. You see how the bubbles are somewhat coating, and it's going to turn into a hard ball, or a hard sort of a stiff caramel almost, pretty soon. So as this is whipping, I'm going to add the hot liquid. I'm so glad you caught that. It's such a beautiful view. Now, you really want to let this go for a good solid 10 minutes. Tiffany, I'll take the ice cream and the meringue that's in the fridge. All right, so I want you to see this. Mickey, if you could get in here. You see how nice and stiff this is? That is a beautiful Italian-style soft meringue. It's nice and stiff. It really holds on to the spoon well. You see that? That's what you're looking for. All right. Thank you, Tiffany. Take it over here. Thank you so much. Thank you, my dear. All right, so this is what I was talking about. It's a pound cake sitting on the bottom that's been cut. I just put it in the freezer with a scoop of ice cream so that when my guests arrive, I'm ready to go, and all I need to do is top it with, of course, the meringue and turn it into a baked Alaska. I love to do all these things ahead of time so I don't have to deal with it when guests arrive. I don't need the ice cream melting on me. Now you can also put on the meringue and put it back in the freezer, and then pull them out of the freezer and torch them under a broiler, of course, for about 5-6 minutes or until you see them becoming golden, or use the camp torch that I have, which works for me really easy, and I love it. All right, so I'm just going to go around the pound cake. Tiffany, if you want to put that back. Thanks. And again, this is salty caramel ice cream. Now you can be a little messy as I am here. I've actually never done this on television before, but I like to kind of load it on. Any holes in there, I'm going to go ahead and fill. There we go. So that's a great base for your Alaska. Then you take the torch and you begin to caramelize. Don't let the kids do this. Then you have one mean looking baked Alaska. And then I'm gonna take my lovely tart passion fruit and mango sauce with all this little bits of fruit to freshen this up a little bit and surround it with it. And I am ready to serve some very, very happy guests. Baked Alaska is always an oh wow dessert. It's sure to wow your family.
There's still more from the Goya Kitchen at J.A. World and Michelle.
Welcome back to SoFlo Taste. Boy, did I have an adventure a few weeks ago. To help celebrate our Independence Day, let me show you what I did Memorial Day weekend. During the Miami Air and Sea Show, I had a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to jump out of a perfectly good airplane with a U.S. Army Golden Knight strapped to my back. The Golden Knights are our Army's demonstration and competition precision parachute team. Camping's always been something I've wanted to do, and with David Bernstein, my father's passing in May, it was a way for me to honor him, an Army veteran himself. Enough of me talking about it, let me just show it to you. We start at Opalaga Airport.
All right, good morning. How are you?
I'm great. I'm excited.
What are you excited for today?
I'm going to jump tandem for the first time in my life. I'm here with the Golden Knights. I can't believe it. I can't believe I've been given this amazing opportunity, but I'm ready.
In a bit of SoFlo sprinkle, I got on the Golden Knights plane at my own free choice. I sat down, and with no annoying speech from a flight attendant, it was wheels up. Golden Knight jump partner, Sergeant First Class Chris ACEVEDO. 4 thumbs up.
All right, we just passed through 4,100 feet. We're not even halfway up. How are you feeling?
I feel like we're high enough.
Last time I talked to you, you didn't have parachute. I see you found someone that does. Ace, how are you doing back there?
I'm doing great. I'm really nervous, but she seems really calm, so we're gonna do great.
I got this. I got this. I'm good. Yeah.
All right, is there anything you'd like to say to family and friends before we jump?
I love everyone. I love you, David. I love you, Zachary. And this one's for you, Todd.
Soon we were over Miami Beach and time to go. But wait, I have questions like why is my jumpsuit yellow? Why doesn't this plane have doors? And why are they all wearing helmets and I'm not? But then it was time. No 3, 2, 1 or Geronimo. No nothing. Just a big smile and... Now the rest of those fabulous U.S. Army Golden Knights. And then, nothing. I felt weightless. I felt like I was kind of losing consciousness, to tell you the truth. And look at me, I'm flying. Wow, that's me falling, dropping, hurtling towards SoFlo at 120 miles an hour. It's so beautiful. These Golden Knights are incredible. Look at us, in formation. And then, time to pull the ripcord. This is when I was glad I didn't pack our chute. Hey, I can see my house from here. And then the landing. What did they tell me about the landing? Oh yeah, just sit down. A perfect 1-point landing. I was drained from the light air, drained from the sights, drained from the incredible experience. I want to thank all involved with making that experience so exciting and so memorable, and especially to the U.S. Army Golden Knights. They were outstanding. I think that was a fitting tribute to my dad's memory. Love you, Daddy. Come right back.
Celebrate the food of South Florida at SoFloTaste.com. It's the place to ask me a question or make a comment, especially good comments. Again, SoFloTaste.com. Now back to the cooking.
Now back to my look back at 4th of July celebrations with desserts here on SoFlo Taste. I'm a huge fan of this next recipe, just not a fan of its name. It's my blueberry slump. So here's that blueberry recipe from June 29th, 2019. And while you're watching it, I'm going to come up with a better name for it. Blueberry slump. It's kind of like a cobbler. It's weird, but it's delicious. So I went for it. So in this pot, I have blueberries cooking with water, sugar, and lemon zest, and a little bit of lemon juice. Okay, and once they just start getting warm, and as you can see, some of the blueberries are starting just to explode, and I'm getting a little bit of their juice. Now, it's up to you whether you want to add cornstarch to this or not. I didn't, but if you want to make it a little bit thicker, you absolutely can. So what you do now is pour a little bit of the juice in with the blueberry and just, I didn't use all of it. I'm going to go ahead and take the blueberries out with a perforated spoon so that it has a little bit of juice but not all of it, because I'm afraid it's going to be too juicy. Not that that's a bad thing, but it's almost cobbler-like. So we want the juices to really come together and thicken. So we went in a cast iron pan because everything just bakes so much better in it. So try to make it really nice and even, like so. All right, next. Basically, your favorite bread. We decided to use a brioche, but if you want, you can also use challah. Totally up to you. We went ahead and sliced. Now, in the recipe, some of the slices are thicker that are going to go in the center, and then what goes on the outside gets a little bit thinner. So for the thick slices, we're going to kind of juice up, get the juices into the bread, soak them up. So we're going to kind of push it in, like so. It's really good and messy. And push that in there. And you're going to overlap your slices of bread. And this is really what's going to soak up all that good blueberry juice. Now, if you want, you can keep on going and extend it out to the outside rim. The amount of bread is up to you. The one that we made last night, we did a little less bread, but as I make it, it's kind of fun to add even more around the outside like this. All right, we've got a little melted butter. Go ahead and brush. Not that brioche doesn't have enough butter, but we're going to go ahead and brush some of the brioche with a little extra butter so that the sugar that we'll put on top adheres to it. Just like so. A little bit more sugar around it. And it really is not very sweet dessert. You can really taste the freshness of the blueberries. Okay, so that bakes. Let me show you what it looks like. So this is what you get when it comes out of the oven. And it really kind of looks like a cobbler, but instead of having your typical cobbler crust, it has that toasted brioche with the sugar. Let's go ahead and scoop a little vanilla ice cream on top of that and see what it looks like in a plate. So I want to show you how juicy everything kind of came together as it sat. So it comes out pretty juicy out of the oven, but I have to tell you, as it sat, the bread just kept on soaking up the juices. So as you can see, it thickened up pretty nicely, and we did not add cornstarch to this when we made the recipe. But it really needs a good scoop of vanilla. So your favorite brand of vanilla ice cream right on top. And there you have it. A beautiful 4th of July dessert that wasn't hard at all to make. It took about 10 minutes and then baking time, so it's just delicious. Come right back.
I found out that this recipe is called a slump, not because it had a string of bad days, but because it's named after what they called concrete at a certain thick consistency. And that's what the cooked blueberries resemble, thick concrete, but much better tasting. Come right back.
SoFlo Home Project is next, right after SoFlo Taste.
I'm honoring the 4th of July here at JA World in Coconut Creek, a great place for our kids. For more of what JA does, go to jasouthflorida.org or call 954-979-7100. Well, how'd you like my Independence Day desserts? We
We've been together for 6/4 of July, and even though that sounds like a math equation, I've loved every 4th we've spent together. Next week, I'm all about one of the foods you may be cooking tomorrow on your 4th of July cookout, the hot dog. But I'll be giving you recipes for hot dogs you've never thought of, new ideas from around the world, and new ideas as to what to put on top of your frank. It's as American as the hot dog, so please plan to be here. Now let's check in with the talented and wonderful Elena Capra. Hello, Elena. What are you doing today on SoFlo Home Project?
Hey Michelle, good morning. So we are going high tech today. It's all about all the options of home automation. Coming up on SoFlo Home Project, we show you ways on how smart home technology can enhance your lifestyle.
Thank you, Elena. We'll be watching. So taste buds, please be smart and be safe this 4th of July. And I'll see you next week. Goodbye, mwah, and good taste. Happy birthday, USA!